What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Zyba Games. This is episode 28, recorded on August 16th, 2020. Yeah, so first of all, 28. What the frick?
I know, 28.
How are we at 28, dude?
I don't know, man.
We're over halfway through a year.
I know.
It doesn't feel like we've been doing it that long.
52 weeks a year. We're past halfway mark for our year as far as
Yeah. And we've had some struggles.
We've had some struggles.
Vacation was not easy. that was a weird week, man. It was like,
yeah, it was.
Record early, record late.
Record late, yeah.
We still haven't missed a week though.
But I realized we also did the bonus episode. Remember when we had news pop up?
We're actually at 29.
So we really have 29 episodes, yeah.
We could do that more, but we did that one. It was when they dropped all the Xbox.
Yeah, those
news.
we only do it for like 30 or 40 minutes. I'm getting quicker with these. You notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Because I'm not doing the cut back and forth thing, which is all right,
There's only two of us now, so that makes it easier.
Yeah.
Just like throw them on the screen, call it good.
Yeah.
Oh, hi guys. So this is Zyba Games, where we talk about Xbox and pretty much everything else. When we say everything else, we literally mean everything else. This week's episode, we're gonna be talking about the Halo delay. We're gonna be talking about, I just labeled this Epic taking on the world. I feel like that was a good title for it. We're gonna talk about Battletoads, and then we're also gonna talk about Phil Spencer on Animal Crossing this week. Animal Talking, I bet. But first, if you guys want, you can check us out on YouTube. We do all these videos go on YouTube. They're pretty dope. We put a lot of work into them. We also have Twitter, Insta, Facebook, and we have a website, because why not? And the website's literally just Zyba.games. No .com.
Josh is in chat. What's up, Josh?
Oh, hello, Josh. Yeah, we got a lot of people here. And we got a lot of Patreon support this week. It was crazy. You guys caught us off guard. And it's probably, I'm not going to say but it's probably because we got a pretty sweet giveaway this month, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're doing that.
We do.
Zyba Games, what is it called? Xbox Design Labs controller.
Yeah.
And we're going to get it. We've been talking about how to do it, but we're going to make it so that it's signed by both of us.
Yes.
It's going to be a little bit of a journey, but we'll get it to you when it's time.
We'll get it to you.
But, Yogomi, what have you been playing this week? Let me guess. Destiny.
I played Destiny all week. All week. I played Destiny all week. And then even all the way up till 6:30 this morning.
6? The time did I go to bed?
I did my stream last night, and then you guys got on, and then Josh shows up. Josh was there. JD was there.
Doof was there. Nuts was there. Phantom was there with us, dude. What a night.
Doof Nasty jumped in with us. It was fun, man. I hadn't had that much fun in Destiny in a while, playing with friends, for hours.
Yeah.
So this whole week I basically played Destiny because of the new the solstice. What's it called? Solstice of Heroes? Is that what it's called?
Basically, they just brought back Moments of Triumph, yeah.
Yeah, Moments of Triumph. And so I got online. I think Mr. Doof Nasty, he hit me up and he got me started on the grind. And so we grinded almost every night this week. I got my armor built up to where I'm on the last masterwork. Not sure I'm going to get it all masterwork because one of them involves playing trials. And
really?
Yeah.
How long does this event go? Is it like a month?
It goes to September. Yeah.
Okay.
Like mid-September or something
I'm like, because I am not high enough light level to go into trials right now. I will get absolutely obliterated.
Yeah, and trials is so sweaty, dude. But I have.
What is it? What do you have to do for trials?
Trials is like you got to go in for trials. You just got to get 7 wins, but it doesn't have to be in a row. You just need to get 7 wins in trials.
That's a lot of wins.
It is, because trials is like, it's just so. If you think comp is bad, I don't know I think the most competitive, the most competitive get in there and just fight it out. And I've watched people play. I've seen some of my friends play like Drago Snub. By the way, he wants to by the way, I'd love to have him on the podcast, by the way.
Okay.
He says he wants to be on more podcasts, and he's on his first
one.
You
like, tell him we can bring him next week. I don't care.
And I was like, dude, we'll bring you on here. And he's like, really? So it'd be great to have him on.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trials is just hard, dude. It's just, and I'm not super competitive. You know what I mean? I like to have fun.
Yeah.
That's why.
Dude, it's hard to read chat when you're doing Trials, man. You gotta be in the zone.
Yeah, you have to be. Yeah.
I remember.
I think that I've been offered for someone to take somebody to take me for a run, flawless.
Yeah.
But I decided I'm not going to stream it because I know I'll be too worried about chat and all that stuff. I got to focus.
It's just crazy because it's so risk reward, everything. Every move you make, you're like, you got to hit the shot first. You got to do this first. You got to do, oh man.
Yeah.
I love it though.
The people that I would run with, these guys are like masters, dude. They're like, I mean,
this is their game.
I'm getting carried. I'll just put it that way. I'm going to be straight carried. Like, if anything, I may get some body shots, but I doubt I'll get the actual kills. But no. Let me take that back, because I actually played Trials the first weekend it came out, and the first 3 games that I played, I won. We won. It was Junior, Chuck, and I.
Yeah.
And then we actually won. And then I never played again. And then when I did play again like a month ago, holy crap.
Was it bad?
It was so bad. Yeah. It was so bad. But
it's fun. There's so much to do in that game, but sometimes like I get to a point where I'm like, I don't want to do this right now.
You know what? It really is. Like
there's too much.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day, like, you say there's nothing to do, but then you could go into the triumphs and there's all these triumphs.
There's like a million things to do.
Yeah, there's like, oh, look at all these, like just putting on a subclass and getting kills with a certain grenade is a triumph, or certain shield kills or hammer kills. Then switch to warlock, and those. It's like that's a lot of stuff to do in that game.
Yep.
It's like system overload with everything. Yeah, it's a lot.
No,
definitely plenty to do.
You should have played Black Desert Online with us. You want to talk about system overload, bro?
Oh yeah, I watched.
Oh, bro, like I wanted to get back into it. I got on. I was like, nope. I was like, I had a whole like encyclopedia memorized in my head. I was like, not today, man. Not today.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's like, so you have 3 different subclasses, right? You have 3 different classes and then 3 subclasses on that.
Right.
So you only have, basically, there's 9 different ways that things can come at you, right? Mm-hmm. For the most part. Dude, Bleedio, oh my gosh, bro. I swear to you, they just keep adding new characters, man. Every time I turn around, I'm like, oh, here we go, dude. Like, you got to try to figure out how this person's going to attack me. And then, like, the lawn goes flying around like a freaking airplane. You're like, I don't even know what's happening. I don't want to play anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. I know, man. Is that all you played this week?
Yes, that's all I played this week. Pretty much that's it. I did not play what do you call it? What is it?
Dang. The game of the week?
No. Oh. I didn't play the game of the week.
Yeah, it was like, what was it? Trail Masters, right?
Is that what it was called?
I think it's Trail Masters, right, guys? I don't remember anymore.
No, I don't think it was Trail Masters.
I swear it's Trail Masters.
I thought it was something. It wasn't that good. Yeah. So DJ told me that
look at the wrong page.
He was like, yeah, it's not that good.
Was it Trail Masters, right?
I thought it was something else. I didn't know Trail Master was the name of it, but you could be right. I don't know. Trail Makers. Yeah. That's what it was.
I was close. I was close, but I wasn't there. I missed completely.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going through. If you guys are watching the video and you see me keep looking left, it's because I have another monitor over here and I'm like going ham, looking at I'm bouncing around website to website right now, looking at stuff. But it's just other show stuff. I always, my wife was like, she watched it today. She's like, "How come you're always looking to the left?" I'm like, It's because I need to look at my other monitor because I have other things running over there.
Is
I
your
keep my
wife
notes
critiquing your performance on the podcast?
She does. She does. She's like, if I did a podcast, this is what I would do. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll talk about Showmakers though. We'll get to it.
Okay.
Because that game, there was some funny stuff that we did there, but
yeah.
it's to the left. Well, this week I played that game, but we played that on Sunday, like right after the podcast.
I remember I watched it.
It's fun, but yeah, we'll talk about that more. I played a lot of Rocket League.
Yes.
I feel we tried Avengers, right? We tried to stream it. Dude, that game on PC is one of the biggest resource hogs I have ever played, dude.
Yeah.
I could do GTA 5 4K, like 100 frames per second. Like, we are cooking, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go into that game. I was like, all right, we're going to go to the lowest of low settings at a low frame rate. And it's still maxing out my CPU and my GPU. And I don't have a weak GPU or CPU. I got a 9800K with the freaking 2080.
Yeah. You got it.
It was like, nah, you need to do a PC setup to stream this bad. But I was like, all right. I'm sure there's some other settings you can mess around with, but I was just like, you know what? I'll play it off stream.
Yeah.
But it felt good. It looks cool. We'll see. I heard a lot of people were like, it's Anthem. That's pretty much what they're saying. It's like, it's good. The idea's there, but it's not enough.
Really?
And it's just kind of like I don't know.
That's not a good comparison.
Well, the gear you get in the game doesn't actually affect what you look like. So you get all the gear. You get new gloves, right? New pants, whatever. But it doesn't change what your character looks like. Your character's just skinned out.
Huh.
Yeah. What else I play this way? Oh, obviously Rocket League. We always play that.
Rocket League, yeah. You had your tournament last night, right?
We did do tournaments last night. I felt like I'm getting better, man. It's kind of hard to like you hit like walls, and it takes a long time for you to get past that and like get a little bit better. But like everybody we've been playing with, man, we've all been grinding together, getting better at it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I played this other game. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Destiny 2.
No. What is that about?
Well, this thing in space, and then for some reason the human race is just nonstop, or not even human race, just Earth is nonstop attacked by every single race in the galaxy. Decides that Earth sucks and we want to kill them.
I mean, probably brought it on.
True, though?
Probably brought it on ourselves.
Yeah, we probably shot something at somebody, and it was like, hello, Milf and Cookies. What a name, right?
I wouldn't say we're the most inspirational
it's true.
beings in the universe or galaxy, wherever we are.
It's true. You're not wrong there. I forgot what I was gonna say now. Cool. So I played that. Whatever. I played it. We started on Friday night. We kind of got back into it, and we started getting the new gear. And then I convinced JD to play with us, and then it just went downhill. Like all Saturday, my wife was out of town, and I don't even want to know how many hours I put in on Saturday in that game. It was an unhealthy amount. Like, very unhealthy. Like, I was like, yeah. But, it was good.
Yeah. It's good.
And then JD's even playing right now. I'd probably be playing right now, too, if I wasn't doing a podcast, so. So let's get going on this podcast. No, I'm just kidding. We had a cool week in video games this week. Dude.
Yeah.
Some of the new stuff. It got weird, man.
Yeah.
It was quick. It was like, so Tuesday, big old news drops. And actually, I was going to pull out their, let me see if I can find it. I want to pull out their tweet, they said, but now I can't even think of where I found it.
Mm-hmm.
They had their blog post. Whatever. Basically, they said, hey, we're going to delay Halo because we don't think it's ready, and we want the game to be the best that it can be.
Yeah.
Which, I got to sneeze, bro. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, we're good. Anyways, yeah, so they were like, yeah, we're going to delay it to 2021. They didn't put a date on it. Not even like a quarter. Not even half of the year to put it on. It says 2021.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that set the world on fire.
Yeah.
like fast.
It really did.
Oh,
really
that's
did.
where. Hey, look, I'm watching this video on Windows Central. It was kind of like playing in the corner. I finally found the cut where they took Craig, the brew.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just showed it. They were like, they stopped. They're like, here's Craig. And I was like, oh. It's that part where like the brute comes running at you. You shoot him. You're shooting him. You like hit him in the knee, and he like stumbles.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then he gets up in your face, and you melee him in the face, and it's like Craig's face is right there. And yeah, it doesn't look good. I never noticed that. I was like, yeah, punch him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just get excited watching that, but yeah. So Slay's making a good way. He says, but if Halo did drop the game this year and it was messed up, people would still be mad. So really, it was, people were saying this: damned if you do, damned if you don't.
True.
Because the game, they were saying that it's not ready. If it's not ready, it's not ready. And they're using the excuse that COVID, right? They're gonna say COVID. Everybody's gonna use COVID excuse, which is a good excuse. But then also there was some other stuff that came out too. I guess so. Last year they had their creative director or whatever stepped away.
Right.
And that was kind of a big deal. And Yogomi was gonna go take that job, but he decided not to.
No, it wasn't for creative director.
I know.
It
Wouldn't that be sick though? Would you take it?
Heck yeah. I mean, that's what I do. That's what my expertise is in creative direction. It's for example, like as you know, I was having talks with him this past couple of days. I was having I've been approached by 343 a few times, twice for a producer role. And then the other role was for I looked it up. Oh, hold on. It's in my Twitter. I had to look up the email and then tell this guy that I was talking to about it. But it was for creative, like motion graphics and design and stuff like that. So, but the role that he was talking to me about this week was all development, front end and back end. And I just that's just not really what I want to do, Yeah. I love the front end development, but they want it like .NET and stuff, and I'm.
Oh yeah, see, so 5 made a good point. So what we're saying is part of the delay is your fault.
It could be, and if everybody, wants to blame someone,
at Yogomi and at Bun at 343.
Yeah,
if you guys can do that on Twitter.
Yogomi HQ.
You need to hire. Just say you need to hire this guy. He'll make the game work.
Yeah, I mean these are just like job opportunities. Doesn't mean that I would get the job. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that they're gonna hire me. But
it's just funny to just.
They did reach out to me for the positions. So yeah. So I declined. I just told him I wasn't interested in the
not that job
development.
So did you say let me know if you got another job though? That's better.
No. I told him that I'm a big fan of Halo and I own every game, and I just left it at that.
You don't want to make it's like working at a restaurant, right? Like you work at the restaurant that the food that you love and you end up not loving the food anymore.
So I've talked to my community about this too. I said this in the community. I said, sometimes I just want to be on like the receiving end of the magic. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just want to enjoy something. You don't want to have to do everything or get behind the scenes or figure out how it works.
It's a good thing we were a teen stream, otherwise our teen podcast. Otherwise, I was going to take that far away when you said that. But I was ready.
I don't know where you would have taken that, but you know what I mean? Like sometimes, like a lot of people will come to me in the street, said, since you can do this, and this, you should do this. Look what these guys are doing, and you could totally do that. And I'm like, that's what's great about me not doing it is that somebody else is doing it, and I can just sit back and enjoy that person doing that just like you are.
That's fair.
And I like to enjoy other people's art, and even if I could do it, you know what I mean? And so I think I like the idea.
Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it.
Right. And I like the idea of being on this side of the consumer side of Halo,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If they offered me a creative director role, I'm there. Straight up.
Sign me up.
Sign me up. Or a senior project manager, I'm there. Like overseer, I'm there. But all development, front end and back end, no thanks. If it's just front end, I probably would have said okay, because they were open to remote work. Said they would have sent me all the stuff and everything, but when he told me the role, I was like, no. I mean, there's somebody out there that's probably more qualified anyway.
So with this delay, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go through in my head like the positives and the negatives of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's some obviously there's some things that we call negative, right?
Right.
All the Sony fanboys, but we ain't wild this week. Let me tell you, jeez, all these people. I was gonna go. I'm not gonna go there yet. Oh, wait. I don't understand why a delay is bad. Why people would have a problem with the delay? Like we got Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's been delayed how many times now?
So many times. 2
public times.
Yeah.
Like that we were like when we had the set date, and now it's just like, yeah.
Right.
Another thing. Speaking of Cyberpunk, now Halo's not coming out at the same time as Cyberpunk.
True.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And what was it, Dirt 5 or whatever, the other one that was coming out.
Uh-huh.
There's all kinds of games coming out right during that time. Yakuza's coming out during that time. Like, there's gonna be a lot of things happening right then, especially with new consoles, man. Like, it would have been cool though, because a lot of people have been saying this too, like Halo Infinite dropping with the Series X would be the second time that a Halo's ever dropped at the same time as a console.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the first one was obviously the first one.
Yeah.
With the first Xbox.
That's true. Man, memories.
Well, yeah, people have more money. But also, the thing is, too, like, Game Pass, man. Like, it's going to be on Game Pass. So,
it's true.
So, a lot of people talk to you about the things. But I wanted to kind of go and, like, talk about some of these things that they're saying in this. So, we're on Windows Central. We're kind of talking about, they have this article called Here's Why Halo Infinite Delay is a Good Thing.
Mm-hmm. Everyone leaving it won't affect it, will it?
I don't think so. 5. So 5 says Valhalla's basically done, right? Everyone leaving it, Ubisoft won't affect it. No, because I would assume that it's probably almost gold, right?
Yeah. I would think so.
Getting a big update here soon. But yeah, so their creative director for Valhalla, we talked about that in the pre-show, but yeah, kind of crazy. So I think when we talk about things that are going to be positive, right? Halo's going to get delayed.
Yep.
So that means it's going to look better.
Yeah.
It's going to be better. It's going to have more things to do in it.
And that could be why they're looking to fortify the team more too. They're probably like, let's throw some more people at this to really make it, They got the time, so they must have been given the money.
Spackle it enough, and it's going to stick to the wall.
Yeah.
Sorry, spackles was our word of the week for streaming.
Spackle.
For my stream. But it's true. Sorry.
I had to explain to somebody what spackle was once. They're like, what? I'm like, that stuff on your windowsill? That putty? Yeah, that's spackle.
Spackle. It's true.
It's a funny word, spackle.
Throw some money at people like Yogomi. I was gonna say, Yogomi, I'll pay you double to come work for 3. No, I'm kidding.
I'm just saying. I will. Chef. I'm telling you. They gave me the right role. I'm there.
I was going to say, throw enough money at something, it'll happen. But we talked about Spider-Man and Square Enix. We had this discussion like a couple different times this week, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
How big that is. Now, we're going off subject fast. But we said...
That's good, though.
If somebody gave you enough money, you would do what they said. Like, especially in a game like that, like, hey, we want Spider-Man, like, here's this, we'll give you all this money to put it directly as a exclusive on PlayStation. They're like, okay.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is all we have to do is give you a bunch of money? They're like, yeah, but you're going to get a lot of hate for it. They're like,
yeah, well,
let me see if this couple $1 million will dry my tears. Yep, all right, cool.
Yeah, I only had trouble sleeping for 15 minutes, and then it was fine.
It's true. What you think they're going to end up with snakes on a plane?
I saw that 5 said, I'm worried 3 for 3 are going to do changes by poll and we'll end up with snakes on the plane. Who knows, man?
I think really cool thing too is like, remember they talked about 3 for 3 talked about with like the whole Master Chief collection debacle. We're gonna use that word. I don't think I've ever actually said that word. I've read that word.
I say it a
I've heard that word
lot.
million
So,
times.
but yeah,
Maybe that's why I hear it from a bunch, right? So you remember the multiplayer for that? I remember we got on it day one, and it was like the most nightmare I've ever had in my life getting on something. I was like,
Right.
what? Like we couldn't get into games, and finally you'd get into a game after being match made for like 45 minutes. But they talked about wanting to do betas before they go live with the multiplayer, so that way they can make sure that they get it right. You can't be mad at them for having a bad beta, right? So make the beta work.
True.
And then when the beta works, everything works. I'm going to read this paragraph real quick. So he says, people were critical of the game's visual, citing issues with the game's lighting and texture detailing. Well, 343 Industries stood by Halo Infinite's art style in a recent blog post. Also knowing that the demo was shown off in an older build, it also noted that many aspects of the fan feedback have brought new opportunities. And holy crap, why would you do that right now? You caught me off guard.
I know I did that on purpose.
Jeez, you got me just dropped 10 subs in the chat. Call me off guard. He's trying to catch up to me in his chat. So, it's a fight we have. So it says, brought new opportunities and considerations to light that the team is taking very seriously and working to assess. Additionally, the developer acknowledged that we do have work to do to address some of these areas and raise the level of fidelity and overall presentation for the final game. It says 343 Industries will likely be making changes to Halo Infinite's graphics based on what Halo fans had to say about the gameplay's demo. Well, it's unfortunate we don't have a game in our hands at 2020 holiday season. The delay will no doubt give the developers the extra time they need in order to refine Halo Infinite's visuals. That was a bomb.
Yeah.
You got me. Man, you should have dropped that 10 though when we had the freaking browser on for the overlay. Oh, dude. You ever see what happens when 5 subs happen? Imagine 10, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but still, with all this, I'm sad. I really wanted it. And there was one thing they were talking about, too, that they were talking about maybe possibly breaking it up, like breaking the game up into, like, sections to let it, to put it out. And I don't know how I would have felt about that either. I don't think I would have
Sort of Bungie style, I guess.
Yeah, they would have been like, episode 1 of the campaign's out, and here's some of the multiplayer.
Right.
And then next month we'll add this and we'll add that. And
I mean, it'll get a game out there, but the thing is that if what they initially put out is not enough, people are going to be upset. Like, that's it? You know?
Well,
then,
did you see we talked about Grounded. Did you see, like, that IGN, like, rated the Grounded, like, early access?
Yeah.
Basically, it's a beta, and then they gave it a rating.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, you give anything Xbox does a rating, bro, Twitter blows up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it was kind of disgusting. I was like, whatever, but I don't know. I'm still excited for this game. I want this game to happen. I'm worried about I'm worried about where it's gonna go, but I'm excited at the same time. This is the big hit though, right? Like, so what's the purpose of getting a Series X at launch for a normal person, right? I'm not gonna say us, like right? We have, like, we'll call us super fans, whatever, right?
But what else will be available at launch? Is it just older games, or is there anything new?
Yakuza's day one, right? We're supposed to have the medium Scorn.
Yakuza. Oh, okay, Scorn. Wait, what's the other one? Oh, Medium. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't know if stuff. They haven't given us a date for the Bright Infinite, whatever. So yeah. So there is a good reason, right? But that's because 5 years, super fan. You want a Series X. You've wanted one. And you're like, like, I wanted it for Halo, but I mean, I'm gonna get it anyways. We already know it's gonna play your old games better.
Yeah. True.
I mean, I could jump over to Phil Spencer's statement right here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Right here, look, we're just gonna jump over to this real quick. It says during the lengthy interview, which included some dad joke stand-up, the Xbox executive also briefly discussed next-gen hardware, saying that he currently has a retail version of Xbox Series X in his home and is comparing the noise level of its fan to that generated by the existing Xbox Series X. There's a whole nother section. I don't know why I didn't take the quote. I thought I took part of it, but basically he's saying, "What's up, Chisa?" Basically, he says that it's hard for him to go back. Like, he tried to go back to an Xbox One, and he's like, it's once you get all of your different, like the fast loading, like instant loading, basically of games, right? The jump between games, everything's just gonna work better.
Yeah.
But if you don't need it, you really don't need to go buy it. Like that's the thing. And I think Xbox has kind of been good about that too. They're not worried about selling the console that much.
Yeah.
So that's why they also announced, though, at the same time. I don't know if you guys noticed that. What up, Cheesehead? Dude, Rocket League on the Series X is going to be fire, dude. 4K 60 on pretty much everything. Destiny's going to be native 4K 60. Like,
I cannot wait. The most thing, look, I'm
Nice,
all
Cheesehead.
graphics are great. I think that game is beautiful anyway, right? But the most exciting thing I cannot wait for is the load screens. No load screens.
Oh
When
my
I want
gosh,
to go to
can you
my
imagine?
weapons, it's just there, and I'm not getting shot up and killed in the middle
you got
of.
3 guys, and you're all like, yo, we need to go to the tower. It's like, y'all just go to the tower. You're like, oh, you got a Series X? You're like, yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
You don't have one? I don't want to play with you.
Yeah, right. First of all, I'm gonna have to call a Uber and all this. Yeah, it's just not.
Remember when the Gallahorn was a big deal?
Sorry. Say again.
We said, remember when the Gallahorn was a big deal?
Oh,
like you had to have the
yes.
Gallahorn to go do a raid, and now it's gonna be like, hey, you got a Series X? You're like, all right, you can be in our raid too.
Yeah, it's true though, right? Because then you're gonna be waiting around for
We're just kidding, Josh. We love you, Josh. You're okay. Don't worry. Maybe Josh, look, maybe we'll talk about it. Whenever the Series X gets announced, we'll talk about some stuff. I got some ideas for some things that we're gonna make happen because Christmas is right around the corner of that. Oh,
That's true.
It's gonna be a good time, man. No, I'm not saying I'm gonna buy you one, Josh. Jeez, hold your pants down, jeez, or up. Never mind. That got weird. Anyways, so what do you think about this Halo stuff, man?
Okay, so
How about good or bad?
I'm looking
Good or
forward to
bad?
Halo. Okay,
Yeah.
I am looking forward to Halo. However, I think that I've just been kind of not excited about Halo since Halo 4. And then I thought Halo 5 was even less exciting.
Yeah.
That the only thing that excites me now is that the focus is back on Master Chief, and it's sort of, I like that. So I'm looking forward to a new Halo, but there are other games that I like. That medium game to me is more exciting. That looks
Halo?
super crazy. Yeah,
Whoa!
I know.
All right.
It's just because it's different. It's something new. It looks dark. It looks very ambitious. It's not just Halo is constantly being reinvented, or the same wheel is being invented again with Halo, right?
True.
And so, Halo is going to be Halo, and haters going to be haters. That's what I meant to say. But that's what that's what I'm trying to say. Is it's just like it's always going to be Halo. Even if you think about like Destiny, right? So Destiny, they do reinvent things, but like we didn't have Scorn. We didn't have Scorn enemies before a certain time. Those were new. Remember when they first came out with the Taken? Like, what the heck, So, and then they come up with these new environments, like new public events, all these different things that sometimes I actually like that they go away and don't come back, because then you're not getting too tired of it, and then they try to think of something new. Even though sometimes it may have the same mechanics, it's still this new experience. Even when they do, like for example, to get the Whisper of the Worm sniper, it's this whole different thing that you got to do inside the game that's different from the rest of the game. Even though it may have the same enemies and stuff. Where Halo, I don't feel like
they
that.
They did try to bring in new enemies, right?
They try, yeah.
But everybody was like, "What?
Yeah,
Forerunners." Like nobody liked the Forerunners.
Nobody did. No, I will say that the what's that enemy? It creeps me out.
The dialect?
No.
Oh, the flood.
The flood creeps me out so much, dude. The first time I ever saw the flood, and I thought the flood was so cool. Like, whoa, this is different. But they're, you know what I mean? I just don't see a lot of new stuff in Halo, which is okay because I guess that's what makes Halo. But at the same time, it doesn't make me super excited to get something new that looks better.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the same thing. That's why Medium looks totally different. You got these two different worlds, even though I say that you've done it in they did this in
Halo 1.
Well, they also did, it was a while back on Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime had a game where you would go to dark worlds and back, remember that? Mm-hmm. Oh man, talk about a game that I want them to bring back. But that doesn't mean that I'm not excited for Halo. It's just I'm not as excited as other new offerings that may bring a new gaming experience that I may have never, seen before.
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at all the people that you gifted subs to, and like you hit like almost every single person that should have gotten one, got one. It's kind of weird.
I'm pretty lucky.
I do think that part of this delay that's really good too is the crunch state, right? It's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah.
It was going to be a nasty crunch state because you could tell that people weren't happy.
Yeah. And you know what else I don't like? I don't like that it almost feels like the success of the launch of this new console, almost it feels like it relies solely on Halo. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'd rather it have a bunch of games, other new games and new gaming experiences to launch it than the same game for years,
Yeah. Yep. I feel you on that. I think it's gonna be good, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Something there. Somebody was, what did he say? Rapture said something earlier that I wanted to like. Well, I don't remember where it went. Oh, they're talking about how they're changing they're gonna have to change all the advertisements, right? Or it was 5 that said it. They're gonna change all the advertisements off of from going from about Halo launching with the Series X now, right? And so I just picture this, Kay. Series X gets announced. This is what the commercials are gonna say. I can already picture it in my head, right? Series X, commercials, show a bunch of games. Cool. They're like, join next gen, starting at this price, and so it's gonna be at the Series S price, but it's gonna show the Series X on the screen, and it's gonna say like $299. Right? I already picture that's how the commercials are gonna end almost every single time. Because imagine it, you're like, oh yeah, we got a way cheaper console than PlayStation has,
right,
but we also have this one that's freaking slaps every other console, ever.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I'm excited to have both of them. I'm gonna try and get both of them as soon as they're off.
So I think that's what it's gonna say, dude. I think no. Series X is not gonna be $299.
No.
I know Series X. There's no way.
No.
But Series S is gonna be $299, but they're gonna say join or something. They're gonna word it a good way because I'm not good at this marketing stuff, right? Something. Welcome to next generation, starting at this price.
Yeah, but hey, I can't remember if we talked about this before, but will the Series S have that same speed and everything? Like as far as like going,
it's supposed to have the same,
just
CPU,
not 4K,
just a different
right?
GPU.
Yeah.
And then it's also gonna run out the solid state, so everything's gonna be quick load, everything. But
yeah,
it's gonna be just down. Like baller box, but it doesn't need to go 1080. It doesn't need to go 4K.
Right.
Which really you don't need it that much.
No,
anyways.
You don't.
4K is great if you got a big old TV and a really nice.
I still haven't updated to 4K here in my. Rapture predicts 400. Venom. I'm not late. You're late.
You think the Series S will use the 1X CPU? I don't know. I think it's going to be a Series X CPU, but I think it's not going to be the same GPU. I think that's where they're going to cut the price on it. Rapture thinks $400 for the Series X. Bro, I'm telling you, PlayStation comes out and they say $400. I think they're going to match PlayStation. That's why they're waiting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they want to match place and be like, look, same price, but
Because
more power.
right now there is a pricing
Standoff.
No. Somebody's
Oh, good.
listed a price for the Xbox Series X. I want to say in the UK, like in a UK store right now, and it's $600. But you can't rely on that because they've done before. I think they had the PS5 at $1,000. You know, it's just like a placeholder. You know, they just put it in a placeholder there so they can have the code ready for when the launch.
I've seen so many of those. Yeah, where they just put it in there.
They just have it there, so then they can go into the code and go, okay, here's the price. They change out the code and then make it go live. You know, they propagate it. So PS5 comes out $499. JD says if PS5 comes out at $499, they're going to do $450. I could totally see him doing that.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be $450 for the Series X.
Yeah.
Well, but five says now they already confirmed the One X CPU in the Series S. I don't think so because they haven't said anything about Series S. Series S isn't. It is no. It's
Did they?
According to Microsoft, it doesn't exist yet, right?
Fine.
Even though
That's true.
we know
That is true.
It exists.
It's
But
supposed
they're
to.
saying, "No, what are you talking about? What?"
That's true. They're saying it doesn't exist, but
But there was that leak this week, though. You saw that too, right? With the controller.
yes, I did see the leak on the controller.
And then on the controller, it had a date on it as well. That said that the warranty expired on, it was like the 11/5.
I do like that
Yeah,
they're doing
so-
the D-pad, like
so that it
the
would go live on the
Elites.
6th. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like the whole panel instead of just an X
I do like
or a
that.
T or cross or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know, man. The controller looks good, though, dude.
yeah.
I really
I mean,
want
it almost like why do you need to buy an Elite if you have that? You know,
one. You
I
want
guess
those
the paddles
though.
and stuff. And,
Paddles.
Yeah,
And then the internal battery is
yeah, that's
monstrous.
true. That's true.
They're gonna add something to Game Pass. Oh, you already know. I'm gonna almost guarantee to you guys that there's things that weren't in the working that are now gonna be in the working because of this Halo stuff, right?
Yeah.
Especially Game Pass stuff. Like they're like, all right, well, we got to sell this thing somehow. So where's your checkbooks at? Like, let's get ready.
Yeah.
Imagine they're like, all right, you know what? F it. Cyberpunk to Game Pass.
Right.
I don't think it's gonna happen. That's a big check. Like, but it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'd jump on that. I'd be like, okay.
See, that's a game I'm really excited for. So, I mean, everybody is, but still, you
Can
know.
I be honest with you?
Uh-oh.
I'm really not that excited.
Really?
I don't like those kind of like. Maybe I will, right? But like, it doesn't. It's like there's multiplayer is not gonna happen out the door. It's just gonna be
True.
story, right?
True.
Josh says he sees it happen. 5 says it won't happen. I don't think they're gonna write that big a check.
Nah.
But is it gonna be that big of a check, like for Game Pass? Like, and then imagine like the
I mean,
ratio
Destiny
of
is
how
on
many.
Game Pass.
I think Cyberpunk's gonna. I mean, Cyberpunk is like the most. I don't want to call it overhyped because maybe it's gonna lead to the hype, but
Right.
it is like, it is an obscene amount of hype behind that game.
True.
And I'm sure it's
True.
gonna be amazing, but like I said, I'm not a single player story guy that much.
Yeah. That's
Sometimes I
kind of
get
up
into
my
it.
alley.
It's gotta grab me somehow, but so yeah. Chip, you think that November 6th, Friday, November 6th? It's a good day to launch a controller. Also, I forgot to mention this too. Right after they say, hey, Halo's delayed, Aaron Greenberg sends out this blog post. He's like, hey, Xbox Series X launches in November with hundreds of games. November. He doesn't say the date though, but yeah. So so they got a bunch of different controllers in the box. Like the pallets basically said don't open until November 6th. But they opened them, so
Right.
that's how it works. So you got me. Let's talk about this Epic stuff.
Yeah.
So Epic had a big week this week.
Oh yeah.
This
And
is
it was
pretty cool.
planned, calculated, like
This is a big calculated
precision.
move.
Yeah.
They're like we can lose some money for a little bit.
They
Go
knew
for this fight.
everything was going to happen every step of the way. And it happened just like they thought it would.
So we're pulling this from MacRumors.com. And I like this one specifically because they make a timeline of everything that happens and how it happens.
Yeah.
I was like, I like this a lot.
Yeah.
For the opening thing, they say Apple has faced increasing scrutiny over its App Store practices from both developers and regulators in recent months. One particularly vocal critic has been Fortnite creator Epic Games, which has repeatedly referred to the App Store as a monopoly. In August 2020, Apple removed Fortnite from the App Store after Epic introduced a direct payment option in the app for its in-game currency V-Bucks, defying the App Store rules. When it appears to have been an orchestrated move, Epic Games promptly filed a lawsuit against Apple, accusing the company of anti-competitive actions. Below, we put together a timeline of Epic Games versus the Apple saga. Also, Fortnite is not on the Android store.
Right.
Or the Google,
right.
Google Play Store.
Google is also part of this, and then has a very similar accusation and lawsuit.
So let's just go through the dates, if we might as well, right? June 16th, Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney tells the Washington Post that iOS App Store's monopoly protects the only Apple profit, not device security. Sweeney quote tweets the Washington Post story, says, Here Apple speaks of a level playing field. To me, this means all iOS developers are free to process payments directly. All users are free to install software from any source. In this endeavor, Epic won't seek nor accept a special deal just for ourselves.
So you know what that means, right? They're not asking for special treatment just for them, and because that's what I thought too. I thought like, well, maybe why don't they just have a sit down at the table? But no, they're not even asking for money out of this.
Yeah.
But so what that says, they will not seek nor accept a special deal just for ourselves. They're not doing this because they want a special deal. They think they're doing this for everybody. Well, that's how it appears. So, and
then this is on the 23rd of June, right? So we're going through the dates, right? We're just gonna stay with this, guys, okay? June 23rd, Tim Sweeney tweets, opening iOS and Android up as a truly open platforms with a genuinely level playing field between first-party and third-party apps and stores is the only way to ensure a competitive, healthy, and fair app economy. That's why I want to just a random. I'm just gonna pull this in real quick, but iOS off of Fortnite last 30 days made $43 million.
Good, like in-app purchases and stuff like that. Yeah.
From Epic. So this is Fortnite made that much money off of it. Then, but off the Google, the reason why Google's not the headlines because they only made, I think it was like 3 million. Like it was like nothing compared to, right?
Right.
That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Pretty nice, right? July 24th, Tim Sweeney tells CNBC that the App Store is an absolute monopoly, arguing that Apple has locked down and crippled the ecosystem by inventing an absolute monopoly on the distribution of software, on the monetization of software. Yo, you see, I start getting fired up, dude. I like this. We're going to not read that. We'll read the next one, though. So, July 28th, he says, Tim Sweeney goes again, he says, this is the critical consideration in these 30% store fees. They come off the top before funding any developer costs. As a result, Apple and Google make more profit from most developers' games than the developers themselves. That is terribly unfair and exploitative.
Yeah. You know what's really interesting about this? And this has been for years. This is even back when I used to have like Samsung as a client. So Samsung has always been the leader in as far as mobile sales, right? Like, so more people have actually, and that's just Samsung. So more people on globally have what do you call it? Android phones than they do Apple phones. So the whole percentage, like for just Samsung and Apple alone, Samsung has about 31% of the market. Apple has about 25%, but that's just Samsung. Apple is the only company that makes Apple phones. So you got Samsung, you got I don't know if Sony Ericsson is still, but Sony Ericsson, you got Huawei, Oppo, Mobile, all these other phones that we don't think about globally. Now, we also have to all remember that there's some countries where they won't even allow Google or anything, like China. They don't have a Google. They don't have. So there's some companies that you can't get you can't access any of the stores because of their government won't allow it. But as far as the market share that does use this, you got to look at Korea, especially where Samsung comes from.
Dude, Apple went down a ton in the first quarter of 2020. Holy shit.
A ton.
I didn't even pay attention to this.
Yeah. So more people, which is weird that Apple apparently is selling more apps. Is there another store, or is Google?
No.
So there's only Google Play,
there's
right?
A ton. No. On Google, there's multiple. There's all kinds on Samsung, like on Android devices.
There's all kinds of app stores.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know that. Okay.
So like you can still go download Fortnite and all kinds of stuff on Android.
Oh, and Amazon has an app store. I didn't know that. Yeah. But it's all Android, right? Mainly. Well, it has to be because you can only get Apple stuff in the Apple store.
Yeah.
So I don't.
So I'm looking at the numbers right now for 2020 quarter ones, right, on the phones. Samsung has 21% of the market. A lot of these are companies that we don't have here.
Right.
So Huawei has 17%. Apple has 13%. Xiaomi has 10%. Vivo has 9%.
Right.
And then there's 28% of it's just others.
All those phones are Android though. Yeah. All those other phones are Android. So that's still the Android market share.
Is there other iOSs?
There are some, systems? But most of them are Android.
Because I believe on Android there's multiple different things inside of Android, correct?
Android is completely open source. It's easy to sign up to be a developer. Even Apple is way more strict about who they let be a developer. I've been a developer for both, so
yeah.
Android is Google. You're right, 5. You're right. That's why the reason why I was looking up the numbers is because the focus of this whole thing is more on Apple than it is Google, even though they are both being served the same lawsuit.
Yeah.
Hardly anybody talks about the Google thing. But anyway, I digress. We can go down the timeline some more.
Yeah. That's all good. Oh. That's what we're doing. We're talking about it. Yeah. Right? If we just read this whole thing, it'd be boring. Here we go. August 1st. So here we are. We're this month, okay? And a lot has happened in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Actually, this happens, and then everything happens in about a 4-day period, and things just go wild. This is August 1st. Tim Sweeney tweets, Apple's intentional anti-competitive strategy has been running for much longer than most realize. Here they are in 2011 muscling Kindle purchases off of an iPhone by demanding 30% of ebook revenue, which we acknowledge is prohibitive for many things. So I know a lot of different companies like what's up Audible.
Yeah.
So Audible is Amazon owns them now. In order to get a book on Audible, you get a credit off of Amazon, directly off Amazon, not on your phone. You got to go to a PC.
Right.
You sign up. You can I get a monthly credit, right? It's like a membership, and I'll get a credit every month. Then I can just buy the book. So I'm just using a credit that I already had to get the book. So I'm actually not purchasing anything through my phone.
Right.
So that's what Kindle was doing for a long time. Everybody was trying to do different things where they were going around.
So what do you think? I don't understand. Here's what I don't understand. What do they expect? Do they just expect a lower percentage? Because, I mean, Apple, any company that provides a service, a store that a brick and mortar store that sets on a block that people have to walk in, they have to pay rent, They got to pay their utilities for that store, even though they may be renting the space. They still have to pay all the services and the bills and stuff to run that store. They don't get it for free, so they can make 100% profit. So I know that's not what they're asking, but are they asking for a lower fee, or are they asking to let anybody open an app store and let them sell apps for iPhone and And it doesn't matter, because that's where I think the problem is for Apple. That's where I think the problem is, because, okay, I'm going to start my own app store. It's like, okay, good luck with all the development, the security issues that you're going to be dealing with. The people, this is where people are going to look for ends to be like, oh, these guys, there's no way. They're just starting out. There's no way they're going to have the security and the requirements that Apple does. So we can put all kinds of malware on here, all kinds of,
It's true.
That I just don't think, I mean, Apple started it first, right? Actually, Apple did not start the App Store first. They just started the App Store for iPhones. Because before iPhones, I used to have, I used to be big on Palm Trio. Remember those? The Palm Trios? Oh, man. I thought they would never make a better phone than that. I grew out of that quick. But Palm Trios, they actually had their own app store, and it was all on the web. So what you did was you connected a certain cable to the phone, excuse me, connected that to your computer. I think at the time it was like FireWire or something like that. And then you could download, you can go to Trio or palm.com or whatever. Yeah. Download the app, find the app that you want. Anybody could make anything, download it. And it was this whole syncing thing. It wasn't that much different than you're doing now, except for you had to be connected to a computer. And then I could put all kinds of apps on there, games and other kind of, tools and stuff that I would use. Yeah. But iPhone or Apple was like, we're going to make an app store for our phone, right? So if you want to put stuff on here, but I think here's where the problem is. So for example, if I go to a website that's, I think like Loopback was one of them. When I buy Loopback, which is my audio routing software that I use here on the computer, on my Mac, I went to their site to purchase and download the app. Now, they had to make some kind of agreement or license agreement with Apple for me to download this app and install it. If they didn't make an agreement with them, my computer will say, this app has not been certified or confirmed safe by Apple or whatever. And then you get an option to go to your settings and say install anyway. So you're taking a risk. Like this could be malware, whatever. But I don't know. I have to maybe look into it. But I don't know if Loopback pays Apple to say, hey, is it okay if we sell this on our site and not in your apps? Because there's an app store for Mac there's an actual app store on the Mac. Yeah. That you can buy stuff. But that's not what you would get Loopback. I bought it directly from the website. So I don't see an issue there if people want to sell their own mobile phone apps or whatever. And then they clear things with Apple to say, hey, here's our app. We just want to make sure it's cool so we can get a little certificate that says it's clear. However, think about where's the delivery method, right? How do you get that app on your phone? So now Epic has the money. They've been around for so long. So they could probably build their own app store, right? So what are they going to do? Are they going to let other people sell apps
basically
on their store?
On PC, they did their own app store, right?
They did?
Epic Game Store. They were like, well, let's make our own.
Right. So, but I'm talking about mobile. So how do you create a delivery method for your mobile apps? So you have to create a whole mobile app store, So is Epic going to do that? Is that what they want to do? Like, we want to create our app store and sell it to.
We can just keep reading it, and we'll
yeah. Okay.
See what they say. They got this is the hot stuff. You were leading right into that. Because you were like asking all the questions that did you read through some of this?
No, I was gonna let you read it.
It gets wild. Some of this stuff you're like, geez, this is all in one day, guys. Okay, and I remember this happening because I was listening to Kind of Funny Games because they do their podcast at every day. It's like 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And they're like, whoa, they're like, yeah, stick it to them, Epic. And they're like, there's no way Apple's going to take Fortnite off their store. Well, so August 13th, this is in the morning, right? Epic Games introduced a direct payment option in the Fortnite app for iPhone and iPad, allowing players to purchase in-game V-Bucks at a 20% discount by sidestepping Apple's in-app purchase mechanism. AKA saying, why would you want to pay more for V-Bucks when you could just do this?
Which goes against their rules. So they broke the rules.
Yeah.
They deliberately broke the rules.
We'll get to them breaking the rules here in a second. The direct payment option is also added to the Fortnite app on Android in violation of Google's Play Store rules. Epic Games describes Apple and Google's 30% cut in in-app purchases as exorbitant. That is a word.
Exorbitant, yeah.
Epic also notes that the apps that offer real-life goods and services like Uber, DoorDash, and StubHub are not required to use Apple's in-app purchase mechanism, a rule that it believes should apply to all developers.
That's different, but yeah, it's different.
But you're still doing it through their phone, right? If you didn't have their phone, you wouldn't be doing it.
True, but I mean, I don't know. I think it's a different thing because anyway, but go on. I think it's different, but go ahead.
So then, you almost finished your purple already, JD? Have you not? Wait, time out. JD, have you not stopped playing today? Because it took me like a whole freaking day to get my purple done. And I'm still not done. I gotta run around punch stuff with stupid, man. Anyways. Okay, then everything gets crazy.
Yeah.
And Apple's like, watch this. You wanna mess with us? We'll mess with you.
Delete.
Apple removes Fortnite from the App Store. In a statement shared with Mac Rumors, the company said that. Actually, we're just going to read their quote.
Yeah.
They say, today, Epic Games took the unfortunate step of violating the App Store guidelines, and they are applied equally to every developer and designed to keep the store safer for our users. As a result, their Fortnite app has been removed from the store. Epic enabled a feature in its app that was not reviewed or approved by Apple, and they did so with the express intent of violating the App Store guidelines regarding in-app payments that apply to every developer who sells digital goods or services.
Which is true. They did that deliberately to violate the guidelines. They did.
You're welcome, Venom. Right, he said that he
just got back into D2. He got back in. Yes.
Epic has had apps on the App Store for a decade and have benefited from the App Store ecosystem, including its tools, testing, and distribution. The Apple provides all its developers. Epic agreed to the App Store terms and guidelines freely, and we're gladly they've built such a successful business on the App Store. The fact that their business interests now lead them to push for a special arrangement does not change the fact that these guidelines create a level playing field for all developers and make the store safe for all users. We will make every effort to work with Epic to resolve these violations so they can return Fortnite to the App Store. So, first shot fired over, okay? Next shot's fired back. Say, hello, check those out. We got I just forgot the word. What is it called when the catapults they used to use back in medieval times?
Oh,
a trebuchet or whatever?
Trebuchet, yeah.
I'm not that dumb. Can't come up with the word. Then, Epic Games filed a lawsuit against Apple in California. I wish I would have read this, but I played Destiny too much yesterday.
I have the PDF of the lawsuit document open, by the way.
Did you read it?
I read some of it, and I also watched a few videos this week where they reviewed parts of it.
Yeah. So they described the company as a monopoly power and accusing it of unfair and anti-competitive actions. The complaint alleges that Apple has become what it once rallied against, the behemoth seeking to control markets, block competition, and stifle innovation. Man, dude, they hired some lawyers that were like, they were pissed off too, I guess.
Yeah, they hired some big-time lawyers, by the way. They hired these really expensive lawyers.
I mean, they got the money. So.
Yeah, like the people that they hired are apparently like some like big guns.
Dang. Then Epic shares a video called 1980 Fortnite.
4 hours, JD.
Parodying Apple's iconic 1984 ad, whereas Apple's ad portrayed IBM as the evil big brother. Epic Games shows to aim that Apple is now the dominant power. Epic Games has defied the App Store monopoly. In retaliation, Apple is blocking Fortnite from a billion device. Join the fight to stop 2020 from becoming 1984.
I just don't. I see what they're saying and I see what they're trying to do, but again, don't use Apple. You know,
they're doing this is like a basically they were like, you know what, we have this battle we want to fight and we got all these kids. If we get all these kids whining enough, all the parents are gonna get mad. All the parents get mad.
It's so weird because, I mean, Epic. If we're going to talk about Monopoly, I mean, come on, man. Fortnite, dude. That game has taken over the entire world. When is enough enough?
Epic Game encourages Fortnite players to fight against Apple's app tax by using the hashtag free Fortnite on social platforms.
So 5 says the guidelines are seemingly arbitrarily different for different companies. I want to know what the actual details of that are. Like where and how does it differ, and what is the explanation of what's Apple's explanation of why are the guidelines different? Because I think they're underlying, like base. There's a base stack of guidelines, right? See those. So like he says, look at Netflix. Apple is happy with a percentage of sub signups. They don't approve each movie. With xCloud GP, they want to approve each game. See, I think that's because I don't know. I think I don't know if that's the same thing. I think we're looking at so many different moving parts that it's at this point we're comparing apples to oranges, right? I don't think it's all the same.
I feel like you need to pick a different fruit.
Yeah. Okay. Apples and bananas.
Okay.
There we go.
No, you can't say apple. You can't say apple.
Oh, okay. Bananas and kiwi. How about that? Netflix has interactive movies, but those same movies are interactive on any platform as well, or like without the use of the app store.
So is our games, though, right?
Right. But for example, the Black Mirror thing. Like I don't have to do that on the Apple Store. I can just do it on my browser and do it. You know what I mean? I don't think it's they didn't make it interactive specifically for mobile, you know.
I think there's just a lot of different rules that are all over the place.
I think it has to change based on the situation, right? Because they can't go, we're going to charge you're distributing movies and we're going to charge you, or everything applies the exact same to you as somebody who is helping people deliver food to all these restaurants across the globe, you know?
Yeah.
So we're going to apply the same rules to you but what you're doing is distributing movies, and the same rules to you that we do to having people deliver food. Yeah. So I think there is a baseline of guidelines that they all have to follow, right? A baseline. But I think there may some different, some special circumstances for certain situations.
I was gonna go there, 5. We'll talk about that when we finish this. That's where I wanted to go with after this. It's basically what he just said, talking about Netflix and Game Pass.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
So then another one comes out. Then frequently asked questions. Epic Games says that all mobile developers and consumers have the right to choose alternate payment providers that charge less, as in the norm on all of the general purpose computing platforms, including web, Windows, and Mac. Which is true. You can download different things from on Mac, right? You don't have to go through.
True. It's true.
App Store.
That's true.
Epic adds that Apple even allows Amazon Prime Video to process payments directly as a special deal while holding other apps to a different standard. And that's when things kind of get a little different, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Spotify sides with Epic Games, and then another massive.
Well, of course, Spotify is going to.
Yeah,
there's competition.
Spotify's on fight of everything.
Of course.
So I was like, yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Google removes Fortnite from the Play Store, and then Epic files the lawsuit against Google as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tim Sweeney says, today, Apple said Epic is seeking a special deal, but that's not true. We're fighting for open platforms policy changes equally benefiting all developers, and it'll be a hell of a fight.
I mean...
And then this happens the next day. Let's read this last one, and then we can get out of this, because, geez, this is like one of those.
Yeah.
So at the most basic level, we're fighting for the freedom of people who bought smartphones to install apps from sources of their choosing, the freedom for creators of apps to distribute them as they choose, and the freedom of both groups to do business directly.
You know, I think that they should have I think you should be able to have multiple stores to buy your apps from. I think there should be an app store where one person can go or multiple people can go to get Android or Apple apps. I think there should, and I think you should have a decision on the place that you want to buy the apps. Because like if you go to the mall, you could decide to buy your jeans from Banana Republic or go to Dillard's, or you know what I mean. They may be
Ross,
selling the same thing, or Ross, but at the end of the day,
he says it like he don't do it. I do it. I buy all my.
Oh no, dude! I buy a lot of my T-shirts from Kohl's, so I'm not even all my nerdy T-shirts. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
they got a great selection. No shame, but actually, one time this guy came into my stream and trashed me because I was wearing a $10 T-shirt with R2D2 on it, but he was complimenting my $300 glasses. So I'm like, "Oh, you like my glasses, but it fell apart when you realized my T-shirt was only $10." Okay, ban. But
ban.
But the thing is that I think that at the end of the day, like when you go someplace to buy something, or in your head, there's some people just like, I just want it cheap. I don't care. And then some people like, I'm going to go for the quality and where I feel secure. And I think there should be those options. I think that Apple and Google need to let, excuse me, other people basically, oh my gosh.
All right. On a very serious topic. He says, you don't hear of many people called Lance these days, unlike the medieval times when people were called Lance a lot. All right. You got me.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew Peacock 010 in the chat. But I agree with that. But let them pick where they want to buy the apps. You know, let Apple say, hey, you want security? Or what we feel, because I've never had any bad malware on my phones or anything, crash my phones or anything. Yeah. Because I mean, I don't know what Epic wants. Does Epic want them to lower the price, or do they really want to just make it like all rules apply to everybody exactly the same way? Because again, even in the real world, it doesn't apply. You have you have to pay rent and this stuff, but you're a food, you're a restaurant. Where there's different rules for restaurant. You just sell clothes. There's different rules for people to sell clothes. There's totally different regulations and rules for that stuff, right? So I don't know what they want. Do they want to be able to sell apps on another platform, or do they want Apple to knock off the 30%? They still have to pay to rent the space, you know? Yeah. So I don't understand what it is they want. What do you think they want?
I get they're saying how the monopoly, like I get that stance. It doesn't work the same like Google, right? Because Google, you can go where you want. But, sorry, smacked my mic.
Google,
yeah, well, we talk about this monopoly. They keep using the word monopoly, right? Like, I mean, it kind of is. It's like here.
It's a monopoly for if you're an Apple user, if you're a Mac, if you're an iOS user.
Yeah. And it's like you can't go anywhere else. I mean, it's just.
But that's been Apple for years. That's
how it works.
It's
we
nothing
buy the
new.
phone expecting that.
Yeah, that's never
expecting that.
Before there was an app store, it was like, except for a while though, in the late 90s and early 2000s, there were these companies that were making knockoff Macs, so you could run the Mac OS. They ended up all going under. I don't know I think Apple stopped some of them, but for the most part, Apple's always been they've always kept their stuff close to the chest. You know what I mean? Like we don't just put our stuff out there for everybody to just do whatever they want with it. So this is nothing new. So I'm just wondering, do they want to knock it to 15%, or do they want to change the regulations to be more where they feel is more even across the board? I don't understand what they want. Or do they want to? We want to open our own store and sell Apple applications, iOS applications. Which one is? I don't know what they want.
I don't know, man.
Hackintosh, there you go. Mainly chip. But that was sort of the street name for it. But there were some actual companies that were making apples, and
Well, so I don't know if you followed the Epic Game Store and Steam kind of battle they were having, right?
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
So when they opened up, they were like, "Check this out. We're only gonna take, I don't remember what it was. I think Steam takes a 20 or is it 20, 15%? I don't remember. Epic cut down. They were like, hey, we're only gonna take a 10, and then you can use our engine and not have to pay anything for using our Unreal Engine unless you make over $1 million.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
that's crazy.
I was like, yeah, I was like, man, like, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like they just want things to go cheaper, and they want to turn something into like a free market.
But like, I mean,
But it's like creating a free market. Yeah, it's like creating a free market in a country that you don't live in. Like telling that country to make. Like I'm saying, like Epic is saying Apple, and we're gonna use Apple phones as its own country, right?
Right.
We're gonna say that. So like, Apple's its own country. Like, stop trying to tell other countries how they need to do their things and let them do the things that they're doing it.
Sure. I mean, think about this though. In this month, Epic Games was valued at $17.3 billion. And this is now, and they got this is after funding because they're making so much money, right? So they got to be killing it right now. They have to be killing it. That's why I'm wondering what it is that they want, because it sounds like they want more money.
I mean,
I guess you can never have enough, I suppose.
That's business, right?
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to go into this. So if I said, I don't know, was that? Oh, so why does Apple allow Netflix to do it, but not Microsoft?
Right.
Because, I mean, talking about like buying stuff in there, right? You're on Game Pass. You're not buying you can buy the games. Yeah, maybe then they could give them a cut, whatever, right? But they're saying they want to go through every single game and they want to review it, even though every single game that's on the Game Pass has been
has already been reviewed. Yeah,
review boards all over the world, multiple different kinds of boards.
Right. I also think too, right? So there's a lot of things that I think we're not thinking about, right? Yeah, so how many, the whole you're with your kid and you're like, here, play with my phone, So there's a whole different thing when it comes to approval boards and games and stuff. What if they open up I don't know, Silent Hill or something and are traumatized? It's approved, it's in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think there's a lot more other there's so many moving parts with this that it's not as simple as, hey, why doesn't Microsoft get the same deal as Netflix? You know what I mean? There's so many moving parts.
There's a lot of boobies on Netflix, I'll just say it.
Yeah, true.
There's a lot of things on Netflix where you're like, oh, I'll be watching the show and I'll be like, I did not see that coming.
Yeah. I don't think I don't know. I really want.
There's a lot to go through. Right?
It really is, and that's like the really good question. 5. That's actually a really good question. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some research over the weekend to find out why people get different. I actually have a friend that works at Apple. I'm going to see if I can get some answers out of him. I'm going to see if I can talk to him.
Sorry, I'm eating my mic because I'm eating Chex Mix.
Chex Mix.
Is that like a salty feeling? But it's really crunchy.
Yeah,
so
that's a good question though, 5. And I'm interested to know. I do still think it's different services being offered, and that could be why the rules are different for each person. But I want to know what the difference is.
No matter what it is, I mean, I like that. We as a podcast, we get to talk about this kind of stuff, but at the same point, like, we do not have all the information.
No, I only have my opinions, and a lot of it is speculation.
The very basic from these articles that we get. Like, they're not getting that either. That they're giving what they can.
Right.
Right. I don't know. Getting as much as we can from it, and that's what matters, I guess. So, Battletoads. Let's change the course real quick. I don't even know. There's really not much to talk about Battletoads. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to mention that Battletoads is coming out this week.
We were talking about it when Quanticus was on the stream a few weeks ago.
True. Okay, that screen is really bright and it's like hitting me in the eyes. What up, man? But it looks cool. I watched the other gameplay. They had another trailer come out this week, and it looked really cool. I'm really excited for this game. Like it just looks like it's gonna be fun. The only sad part is you're not gonna get to play with your friends.
True.
But it comes out Thursday. It's couch co-op. Maybe I'll get Mama Hero to come in here and play with me one of these nights.
Yes, do it.
We could play as the frogs.
It comes out Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday, August 20th.
Maybe I'll jump in with you after my DJ set.
Well, you can't play with us, though. It's only couch co-op.
Oh, that's right. You just said that. I'll just drive down there.
I mean, if you want to. Honestly, flights aren't that expensive. So
I know. I'm not getting on one.
2 weeks ago, we flew to my in-laws' house. Mm-hmm. Like, the company literally, like, canceled our flight to put it on another flight so they can make more people be on one plane.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was packed. I was like, what the hell? I'm like, I thought we were doing, like, this social distancing stuff. And you're like, nah. We're going to just put everybody in the same one. I'm like,
yeah. It's terrible.
That was like Allegiant, though. Allegiant's like the cheap flight stuff, so they just cut whatever corners they can when they need to cut it. As long as, the plane flies and it gets me where I need to go and I don't have to drive all the way there.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it right. Well, good luck getting a hotel over here. I don't got anything new. Yeah, you got to drive 2 hours after you fly here, so. That's the worst part about living where I live, but, whatever.
Rapture 1 asks, is there any word on the Tunic game? All I know is that it's upcoming. I know it's going to be, I think it's going to be on Switch, too. Or no. I thought I read somewhere that it's going to be on Switch eventually, but I know it's going to be on Xbox and Mac for sure. Windows and Mac.
Says Tunic is an upcoming adventure game developed by Canadian developer Andrew Shouldice and produced by Finchy. The game is expected to release on Microsoft Windows, Mac OS X via Steam, and Xbox One as a console exclusive. Oh, fine. I didn't even know it was console. I didn't even know what the hell is. I mean, heck. I'm just kidding. Hell's not that word. But I don't even know, honestly, what this game is. Have you been watching this or what?
I haven't. I've heard about it, but I haven't looked into it too much. I knew about it from a few weeks ago, I think it was.
Those are cool graphics actually for it. So I wanted to go just read some of this to Atomic Hearts News. Just asking, I don't even know, man. Head dicey chat every day. That's cool. So this week, Gary Whitta does this it's called Animal Talking. It's like a talk show that he does. Mm-hmm. And what's up, Zane? It's a lot bigger than you would think that it is. Like that guy gets baller people on there, right?
Right.
Like he's like, oh, I got a special guest this week, dude. Had like Selena Gomez was on there.
Jeez.
Like, oh my gosh, I just forgot the actress's name. I can't, dude. I'm spacing on names. The superhero movie that just came out recently with the girl, Mrs. Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Oh, Captain Marvel, yeah, Brie Larson.
Brie Larson. There, I had Brie, but I was like, Brie. Yeah, Brie Larson. She was on there. So this one, he had Cole Sprouse. Oh my gosh. Well, why? Why would you do that? What's wrong with you?
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, sorry. I don't know. People are weird. Why did you come in chat and say that? Like,
you know what that is, right?
No, I didn't even pay attention to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, Phil Spencer was on there. That's a big deal, right? Like Phil Spencer's a big dude. So he says in here, he's talking about like some of the Halo stuff. He says, let me start by just recognizing the fans and the fact that this is a bummer, as you said, and I know it's disappointing to people. It's disappointing to us. We were looking forward to the alignment of Halo Infinite and Xbox Series X as really kind of a seminal moment almost for Xbox, looking back to the original Xbox with Halo Combat Evolved. I'm not trying to deceive anybody when I know something and we know something. Let's get the news out there and deal with it because people are making their own life decisions on platforms they're going to buy, consoles they're going to buy. Well, everybody is going to be disappointed. Our long-term goal is to deliver the best Halo game we've ever delivered. Keep that goal and do what we can. Spencer said that Microsoft had at one point considered splitting Halo Infinite up in order to get it out of the door sooner, but ultimately decided against it. It just didn't feel to all of us like Halo release that we would want.
Yeah.
The paragraph we already read. But yeah. What
Yeah.
didn't he say this time? So I mean, he said that. That's a bunch, right?
Yeah. So it is.
But like that he even like it was kind of a baller move. Not, I want to say baller. I'm gonna say that like a million times. But it was a boss move. Like he just announced the day before. It was like 24 hours after he just announced that Halo was delayed.
Wow.
And he went on to a talk show, like in a video game. You know how he like Gary Whitta, like so he was on the show, like he does that Xbox show, Xcast, whatever, for Kind of Funny. They do it like Saturday mornings, like super early. But he's like, how easy would it have been for him to be like, hey, I can't do the show,
Right.
like, then just like, hey, let's do a little pass it, move it on for a couple of weeks or whatever, a month later. But no, he just took it. He's like, yeah, let's take it to the chin, man. He's like, because we're not happy, so why leave everybody out of it, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I think that's really it for news this week. There's a lot of other things, like little news, but that's the main news for the week. It was good. It was good though. Good set of news.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good, and I was really looking forward to talking about the whole Ep028 thing.
Oh, that was a lot. And sorry guys if you feel like we're just gonna mention that we're not lawyers and we have no idea about most of that stuff. Yogami knows a lot more about the business than I do, but I'm just here, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the I don't know what I am. I'm just on the podcast. I just say things that I feel like are smart sounding to me sometimes, but they never really are. And I get critiqued by my wife, but that's okay. I'm just kidding. So this week we played a cool game. All right, I'm just here so we don't get fined. It's true.
So did you say so you don't get fired?
Fined.
Oh, fined.
Well, fired works too in life, right? No. Let's talk about the game we played this week. We played Trailmakers. Yogami, you didn't play much of it.
I did not.
I'm just going to be honest right now. I had a lot higher hopes for this game, and it was still fun for the 2 hours we played it. And then after that, I was like, yeah, I don't want to play. It uses cloud servers, and they are not good. So basically, I'm going to explain the game. The game is you go in there, and you can just build whatever you want to build. Out of like cars, planes,
Right.
in whatever designs you want to build it, you can do it. Like, so we got in there Batmobiles. We're like, well, it'd be cool if there was like Rocket League cars, right? We did. There's Rocket League cars in there. People had made. There was Transformers, and like they legit like transformed. I don't know how people made the ones that did the transforming, but they did.
Really?
There was like submarines and like there was like a boat a submarine that I drove that was like a freaking dragon, dude. Like underwater and it like fly out of the water. It was like, wow. I was like, oh, it's so sick.
But you said it was crazy buggy though.
Oh yeah, dude. So you go to these ones, and this is where it got kind of fun because we were like, we were looking at these rockets. Mm-hmm. And there was ones that was like sound wave breaker, right? So you get in there, it's like, and it like blows up, basically just blows up and shoots your guy flying in the sky, and like, yeah, you break the sound wave.
Oh wow!
I was like, well, that was cool. Then yeah, we made this one. Yeah, the giant. There's so many. Like you go stupid fast, dude. Like, and the game could not keep up to it. Then there was this one that was like, don't even try this game. Oh, we're talking about the game we played this week, Wiggles, the Trailmakers.
Trailmakers, yeah.
So then they had this one that I found that was like basically I said, don't do this one. It'll break your games. I was like, no way, bro. We get into it. My game's like, dude, it's doing like 0.2 frames per second, dude. Like it's so bad. And then Icon, Amigos, and JD were playing with us. Their freaking like internet turned off, bro. Like like it all happened all at the same time. It's like, oh yeah, they got kicked. Everything. Xbox would have turned on, dude. It was, oh man, it was funny, dude. But yeah, so it was fun, but it's buggy. There is no story.
No story.
The graphics are very subpar. But if you need something to do and you're like, hey, I got Game Pass, and you want to go try a game for an hour or 2 hours. If you do it by yourself, it works better. I played a little bit by myself before we did this, like, because I was playing with Blair, and I was like, Blair, let's play some games. And so Blair's a 2-year-old, right? Like my daughter, like she doesn't the cognitive thought process isn't really there, right? Like it's there, but it's all like just processing right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, we made some cool cars though. Me and Cheesehead did some crazy stuff. We made 2 race cars and like the super fast rocket cars.
Yeah.
And we just raced side by side until we slammed into the wall. But yeah, so I let Blair play it. I played it solo, and it does not lag as much. It still has like some bugs, but you're doing everything like on console based, right?
Right.
And your console, Series X, not Series X, the Xbox One X, whatever, it can do pretty well on its own, right? Like that's a pretty powerful thing. But trying to hit a server and then having multiple people at the same time, like it even tells you, it was like when you go over 4, it was like you go to 5, you're gonna have problems. We're just gonna let you know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's been a lot of cool like indie games that showed up on Game Pass. Dude, we did talk about it before the show, but sorry, let me go through this. Graphics subpar. I'm not gonna say not my game because I still had a lot of fun, right? Like the looks of it were cool, like what they did to it. I was like, man, this is all right. So I'm just gonna say good. Story, there is not a story. So I'm just gonna say null on that because it doesn't exist. Look on my screen. Gameplay. It would have been amazing if the game didn't lock up on frames every like 5 seconds. But I'm still gonna say good. And replayability, it's there. If you love building stuff and you like the Legos kind of feel or like the Minecraft kind of feel, they have so many different parts you can add to cars or to whatever you want to make. Like it was intense. I was really actually kind of impressed with how many different things you could build.
Right.
And then overall, I'm just gonna say great.
Oh, okay. That's not what I was expecting though. So it must be fun. I'm gonna have to give it a try.
It was still fun. Like we were like legit. It had us tearing up, dude. Like
really, you guys were laughing. I heard, actually, I saw. I was listening to some of it before I went live, and you guys sounded like you were having a really good time.
Yeah, we were still having fun. It was just weird. It was just like, wow, this is it. What do you want to play this week? I'd say Battletoads, but Battletoads doesn't come out on Thursday. I mean, we can still do it, but it's not giving everybody else a lot of time.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the heck's on Game Pass right now. What just came in that last bunch?
I don't know. You usually have that list.
Right? You're telling me? I'm going in there right now.
The jet car was cool. The rocket car? Okay.
Yeah, so we raced each other. It was kind of fun. Games. Here we go.
Final Fantasy VII just showed.
Yeah, I want to play a long game. Jeez.
Yeah.
What about? I was looking at this one. I've heard a lot of stuff about it. It's called The Tourist.
The Tourist. I've actually heard about that too.
Am I not going to hear it? Okay, I'm not going to hear it. That's good. The Tourist looks cool, or Xeno Crisis also look kind of cool. That was a top-down kind of game.
The
I don't
Tourist,
know. I'm kind of down to just try it.
It looks to it. What's Xeno Crisis? I looked at that the other day.
Xeno Crisis is like it's top down, like 16-bit.
Xeno Crisis.
Tourist is a spy game.
Yeah, it's like all blocky looking, right? Isn't that the one that looks sort of like Minecrafty? But
yeah. I'm not playing Man of Medan. Don't even try, guys. They're to try to do that on stream. They're like, do it. I'm like, I ain't doing it. Okay, it was not for me.
Is Xeno Crisis like a shooter? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a twin stick shooter.
I don't know. What do you think, man?
I don't know either, dude. There's a bunch of games on Game Pass right now.
I'm willing to try the Tourist.
All right, let's do it. I'm down.
Tourist. Let's do Tourist.
So game of the week, guys. Tourist. You downloaded it already? The Tourist.
That's with the Y. Tourist. TOURYST. I believe.
Because you're a spy.
Yes. Tour spyist.
Tour spyist.
Tourist.
So you guys play that game. I'll put a little thing out for Patreon so everybody can know what we're playing this week. That way you guys can get ahead on it. It's gonna be fun. Was it on PC as well?
I just want to wear the shirt.
Play it on PC. It's not just console. You can play it on PC.
There you go.
You just want to wear the shirt. It looks cool. The little floral shirt.
Yeah.
I can't stop going to white pages. If I go to white pages, this monitor puts out white lights. Like
I know. It's kind of cool though. It like puts this glow on your face. I noticed that earlier.
You guys, real quick, we just want to give a quick shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. It was wild this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is gonna be funny to read because you're gonna be like, "What the heck?" So I'm gonna have to break it down to the $20 tier. So we had 2 people that are in the $20 tiers right now, and that's Dean Master and Cheesehead. And then in our $5 tiers, we got I'm Nuts for Butts, R56 Cooper, Ms. B, Danny D, 5 is the magic number, and also Cheesehead is in the $5 tier as well. And I messaged him. Listen, I messaged Cheesehead. I said, "Hey, just a FYI, you have 2 Patreons on Zyba Games," and he says, "I know." So
that's good guy, that Cheesehead.
he wants to win that controller. Okay, guys.
Let's up his chances.
And then I think here in a little bit we're still working on the shirt stuff. We got a lot of
yeah. So
slammed.
I talked with my vendor this week. There's some. Okay, so one of the things is that they use a machine to do the prints, and I like hand printing, and because you get a better quality ink on the shirt. So we're working things out right now to go hand printing manually with all my shirts moving forward, because it's just you just get thicker ink. It's higher quality.
You want to know something crazy?
What?
For a month, I did that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just screen printing for like a month. I went for a company. They were like, "Hey, we're behind on a lot of stuff, and one of our guys is really sick. So you want to come work for a month?" And I was like, "I don't know how to do it." He's like, "Well, we'll teach you." I was like,
"Yeah." I'm gonna go back to that. I'm gonna go back to the. I just think that the machine printing is just lower.
Yeah.
Lower
Dude,
quality.
I learned like the whole process. It was crazy. I learned how to I learned from the beginning. Like I took the frames. I learned how to stretch the screen onto the frames. I learned how to clean the frames. I learned how to burn the frames. I learned how to print, obviously.
And the thing too is when you do them manually, they always have your frames left. They always will have them, so you don't have to keep making it every time, especially for the Yogomi logo, So.
Well, because you sell like 1 million shirts, so that's.
I don't sell 1 million. Not all. Quit my job if I can.
Let's do. Okay, so if you guys want to check out, the show will be on YouTube, on our website. You can follow us on Twitter, Insta, Facebook. I don't know. I don't even know about Facebook anymore, man. Half the time,
dude.
I try to get on there, dude. Facebook is one of the toughest things to deal with.
I'm telling you, man. I've given up on that.
I literally left all of the Xbox groups.
I did too. I left my guitar groups. I left my cosplay groups, all the nerd groups, all that stuff. I left them all. I'm done with Facebook.
I get on the Facebook and for some reason it always picks the dumbest sounding people to show on my timeline.
Yes.
I'm like, did this guy just say that? I'm like,
yeah. And the videos that they show me are always violent videos. I'm like, why are you showing me this stuff? Every video is always some kind of violent video, or I'm like, okay.
On Facebook though, what I really like though is that they like to show me weird, I'll get Chinese videos or India videos.
Oh really?
It'll have subtitles, and I know you have to click it to watch it. It just starts playing, right?
Yeah.
I'll watch it, and the crazy fight scenes, dude. You're like, wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. Did not see I watched a horror movie one time. I don't know what it was, dude. It was this. The wind would go, and it would just cut everybody's heads off, and it was tripping me out. I was like, this is wild. I was like, I can't stop watching this, bro. Anyway,
yeah,
it was very violent. It was the most violent thing I've ever seen in my life. But
yeah,
hey, that's how it works in other countries. They can get away with that kind of stuff.
True, different regulations.
Yogomi, what are you gonna play this week?
I am going to be doing a few things this week. So we got obviously drums right after this. Probably some gaming tomorrow. Tuesday, probably be in the studio making some beats. Wednesday, we'll probably do Yogomi Show Me, the next version of Yogomi Show Me. I'm not sure. We got it coming out
on Wednesday.
I think so. Yeah, because we still have YMV TV on Saturday.
Dude, you're gonna produce 2 shows a week?
No. Yogomi Show Me takes longer because I need to give people the time to do the homework for it. Not everybody gets on it. So, but I will do two shows possibly this week, but not every week. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, you're crazy, bro. I was like, that's a lot to do, man.
Yeah. I like it.
How long was your show last night?
I was live for 6.5 hours. But remember, the first hour of that is the pre-show.
That's true.
First hour is the pre-show.
Okay.
Right,
Had
chat?
a 5.5 hour show.
Wiggles was there. 5 was there. And then there's a 30-minute countdown.
I was there the whole time. I never closed your tab. I just was streaming in the middle of it.
And then there's the 30-minute countdown. And then there's the actual show. So the show itself was probably 5 hours.
That was crazy, dude. Now, how much of that show was videos?
There are a total of 28 videos in the whole show. But we did chat a lot.
Yeah, at one point I saw you had a guitar out.
Oh well, that was me explaining. We had one of the videos was by the Ramones, and I was explaining them how the Ramones guitar. There's this Ramones style of guitar playing. It's all downstrokes. It's like down, 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 down instead of like strumming up and down. So every once in a while, I just like to show those like, just
a couple rabbit holes.
We did hit a couple rabbit holes.
Man, you made that thing look like Swiss cheese, bro.
It's fun. We have fun.
No, it was. You know, I'll give you a hard time. Your Yogomi streams are always good, man. He just goes all over the place, but he always keeps. The reason why he goes all over the place is because he needs everybody feels included.
Yeah. I want people to be engaged, and I want them. I don't want to just play videos and then give trivia. I want to talk about it, express my feelings, and then get people's feedback. And it's fun.
It was cool. 5.5 hours. 1 hour of it was videos. The other one, you got me talking. And here I am doing a podcast with him for an hour and a half, right?
I think we've been on longer than that. We've been almost 2 hours. When did we start?
Well,
No. We started late. That's right. We started.
It's like later. It's like one. I think we're at 140 right
now. Yeah. Thank you, Rapture.
Yogomi stream is always interesting.
Thank you, Rapture. And Wiggles.
That's the biggest compliment I could get. Interesting.
I was surprised you watched 120. Oh yeah, 5. I watched it a lot.
That's crazy. You guys, you can find Yogomi on Twitch. Obviously, twitch.tv/. It's Yogomi, but I say Yogomi.
Yeah.
I don't know. Blair says Yogomi too.
I know. That's super cute.
Yogomi. I had to bring her in one of these days on the podcast so you guys can see it. Hey,
thanks, Chip.
Listen. And then I am also on Twitch, but that's just DeeJayHerro. Yeah. DeeJayHerro. Why 2 R's? Long story. When we were making, did I ever tell you this about how we made the 2 R's?
I don't think you did.
It was really weird. It wasn't even that long of a story. We were doing we were playing. Man, it was back when I wrote on Mixer. I was DJ Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you can't go anywhere with that,
right?
So one day, this kid's like, I used to every time someone followed, I'd be like, "Hey man, there's a follow. You're my freaking hero." Mm-hmm. And then somebody's like, "How come you always say it HERRO?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You say hero." I'm like, "I don't say hero." He's like, "No, you emphasize the R." I'm like, "Huh." And then I was gonna go to my old name because I used to my DJ name used to be Resonate, DJ Resonate with a W because it had my last name kind of
Oh yeah.
And so we had it all capitalized weird. And then I don't know, we put a vote up and I was like DeeJayHerro, and they're like, "You should do that. You like music, you're a DJ, and you like heroes." He's like, "You can sell that and rock that." At the same time, I was like, well,
there you go.
All right,
I like it.
You guys, thanks so much for coming to this week's episode of Zyba Games. Like we said before, this is episode 28, recorded on August 16th. We'll be live again next week, Sunday.
Yep.
2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I normally go live a little bit earlier just so if you guys want to come chill with us.
Yeah.
And we're playing the Tourist this week. So play the Tourist this week so that you can have something to say about it. Yes. And if you guys want, we do have our Discords. You can either go to my Discord or Yogami's Discord and tell us about it there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll talk to you about it. I can talk about it right now, man. I thought about it, but I thought about just rebranding my Discord because I don't use it for myself.
Rebranding as Zyba Games? Yeah, why not? I mean, it's up to you.
Discord.gg/Zyba. How easy is that?
How do you get how do you get your...
Because when you're partnered, you can change it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And they were like, well, we'll just let you guys keep that. That's what they said. Even though they talked about getting rid of our partnerships on Discord. I was like, I don't even care. Like, what is Discord? I just use Discord for fun. Anyways, you guys, we love your faces. And we'll see you next time.
Goodbye. See ya.
Bye.